So after a little dramatic reveal, it seems like we have found the MacGuffin inside this storage unit.
Certainly what it seems like.
Okay, so I guess since I'm the tech guy here, I'm gonna let other people look the place around before I touch anything. People with like cat eyes and stuff. Ali, could you please look around?
Trying to say.
Ali, could you please roll me a perception plus intuition?
Would this be visual?
This is Ali specific, but you could also roll it for me.
Okay. Because I have eyes too.
Well, yes, but this is different.
Oh.
Okay, so as long as everybody's looking, I can just look normally. Two, maybe.
Sure. So, Ali, you're going to notice an awful lot of strange electrosense fields and signals coming out of the iron lung container. Right, everything looks pretty normal to you. You might hear the occasional pump kick on for air and fluids. Just maintaining the container, nothing special.
Although I do not move until I see that Ali sees nothing, since I believe that cat eyes are more, like, better.
You gonna ask what do your cat eyes see? Like she's some kind of elf?
I'm gonna wait and sort of, since I asked you to look around, I'm gonna be like, well, is everything fine?
Look with your cat fire eyes.
She's gonna kind of put a hand up on her head for a second. There's, I don't know, something weird going on here.
Dangerous weird, or just weird weird?
I mean, weird in that I don't know quite. I have some ideas, but
I mean, this is a box that's keeping what amounts to a sleeve alive. This whole thing is weird.
Now, would there be some kind of a role involved if I wanted Ali to explain stuff to me and I would like to understand what she means by what she sees?
Have you considered asking?
Yeah, are you just trying to convince her to tell you more? What are you trying to do?
If she describes what she saw, like the electromagnetic fields and stuff, would I have to roll a hardware or something, or would I be allowed to, or would it be her role to explain what exactly she saw to me?
She can explain it however she wants to, based on what she's seeing. I've spoken with him previously about this. He knows what it is. It comes down to character's previous experience as to whether he'll identify it or not. Then it's a character decision as to what's going to be revealed from her.
Ellie, can you elaborate at all other than weird?
Yeah.
So she's gonna walk into the room and kind of like look around to see if there's a. Whenever I think of iron lungs, they have like a glass window or like an AR display or something along those lines.
Yeah.
And take a look to see what is actually inside this tube.
So through the window, you'll see a completely nude, late teen girl who has some disfigurations and a missing limb from the knee down. Other than that, there is no sign of life. The lungs are pumping, I guess, but there's tubes in and out of the mouth that are really governing everything.
Anybody know anything about doctor stuff?
Stuff?
I know things about stuff.
I'm assuming he said medical stuff, but cut out.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, anybody know anything about
Nope.
medical stuff?
Would it be a straight medicine roll or like a first aid roll?
Well, first aid is more like practical, trying to fix people.
Yeah, I
It might
know. I
give
have like
you-
1 dice extra on that one, so.
The medicine would probably be more appropriate. So Sue, you're not going to get anything out of it. Doesn't look weird. It's just a piece of machinery. Rot. Upon examining it, it's just the person seems to be in a vegetative state, being kept alive through external means.
Ali, we were, I don't know, do you mean the person or something? We were told that there was gonna be a fake human, almost human.
Well, yeah, no, it's just they're. I don't, and she'll motion to the
And
displays or
cut
whatever.
out again.
She'll motion to the displays room. It's like, I don't know what any of this means.
Beans?
Means.
I mean, I have trouble talking with you, Ali. It seems like you're getting in and out of focus or something.
How's your battery life, man?
I don't know. It should be good. It was plugged up before we started. I'll plug it up now, though. Alright, I'm plugged in.
Good to know.
We should.
So as I said, like we were told that there's gonna be a fake human.
I mean, I don't think.
Is this it, or is it something else?
We should just get it downstairs.
Well,
How are we going to transport this?
Comfortable with that level of success.
well, that's my last edge. So if I use it now, I guess like this is the most important part. So I would like to, with that roll of hardware, I would like to maybe somehow check, or actually check and do it, to check if I can disconnect it without it going to hell.
Yeah,
Would you like to call for backup?
That's something you could do as well. You do have a hex on standby.
The doc said it should be fine plugged for a minute.
For how long?
A little while.
Well,
It was in the context of how are we going to get this thing to you if it needs power?
right. Can we sneak a giant metal container out of the place?
Does it have wheels?
It does.
There you go.
Okay, so yes.
You guys never did anything with the cameras, right? You just gonna wheel this under them, or how's that going?
Yeah. Sue, do you think that you could get Hex in to tap the camera?
Yeah. Is Hex conscious right now?
Yes.
Okay.
Why don't we close the door to the storage unit
Well,
and then
Come to think of it, how did we
you-
get to the storage unit without doing anything with the cameras? Isn't it like already too late?
we were
It's
using
not.
the concealment? Yeah.
And you were concealed.
So
Sneaky.
Magically.
Well,
why
concealing
don't
is in
you-
invisibility, but okay.
why don't you we close the door, you have your spirit drop its concealment, then you put it on you and Hex.
Um,
It's going to be
that spirit's done, but I can have this new spirit.
okay. Yeah.
All right. So task
So we
one
close the door.
will be to conceal Hex and I for 4 dice.
Now, I would like to talk to Ali, like as we're sitting in the dark storage unit or like dimly lit storage unit. Ali, this is important. If there's something we should know about this container before we move it out of here, I would probably need to know.
I mean, he's alive, right? I'm sorry, she's alive.
Yes,
Shouldn't I
he
have been
is.
able to tell that?
You would have to actually like project into the tube.
Oh, I don't know that I want to do that.
Well, it's a
Come on.
vegetable.
It is being kept alive. He told you that much.
Exactly. Like it's a body just keeping alive the stuff. Just the brain's dead.
Is that what it says?
Would I be able to get that from my medicine check? Like, is the brain dead and everything?
As far as you can tell from the instruments that are connected to it, you didn't go through any of the research notes or anything on the terminal.
Is it
exactly what
like,
he told you it is.
Is it bright enough for me to read while they're doing the spirit stuff and hacking and the sneaking?
I have a flashlight.
Also,
Okay,
I just
so-
want to say, Sue, great roll.
It's pretty great. All right, so you guys, Hex and Sue, you sneak up to the outside. Guessing you're punching in that same number Hex gave you from before and just going in.
Yeah. Good idea, Rock. Why don't you make a copy of them?
Do we lose our giant?
Hello?
Yeah.
No, you haven't lost your giant.
Oh, okay.
All right, so then Hex and Sue, what do? You in through the door.
I kind of wanted to go like underneath one of the cameras so that it's, not pointing at us. So that I can lift her up and have her touch the part of it that isn't the lens.
Sure. So then as Hex goes up and touches it, you're going to try and hack it?
I'll let Hex do that.
You just don't feel any connection. There's nothing there. It's just plastic.
You fuck.
Making us freak out for nothing. Man.
Do you relay this information to us?
Could just say, okay, I got it.
I've done it.
I figured it out. Cameras are disabled. Good job, Hex. And then, Rot, as you're plugging through the research documents while this is going on, you don't find anything that leads you to believe it's anything other than what the doctor said. So far, he seems completely truthful.
We could make like copies of stuff, like pictures maybe, or something, images.
You could, but it's not connected to the matrix. Do you have anything to store the information on?
You mean like an internal hard drive or something?
Are you going to plug this terminal directly into you?
Can I take you mean the terminal with the the fake human or
there's data chips? There's a bunch of things you can store it on, but you need to actually plug into it to get information, as it is not connected wirelessly.
Can I take it? Is it like something I can take? There's like a tablet or something?
It's something we're gonna take.
The Johnson hired you to bring the container and all of the research back to him.
Okay,
we can look at it in the car. Let's go.
Let's do this, yes.
Okay.
Seriously, though, how are we getting this thing back, though?
Oh, they got it up here somehow.
There's a service elevator. Getting it out and getting it outside to the van shouldn't be that big of a deal.
That really wasn't my question. I'm nice and comfy in my troll-sized passenger seat, but everybody else has been riding in back, where I am assuming this body-sized machine is going to go.
And by the way, Rot, right about this time, your fly spy notices the security guard getting up, presumably to make a round.
The security is getting up. Just saying.
Are
As
we
we're
able to
sitting in
open the door
storage
from the
unit.
inside?
Yeah, as long as it never locked from the outside.
They
Okay.
probably have safety things like how you can open trunks from the inside
Yeah.
and refrigerators.
Can I
Okay.
make my spirit do something and me do something at the same time?
I believe so.
How far away is the guard from us?
It's first floor office. So if he was to walk over to the security or the freight elevator and ride it up and went directly to the fourth floor, which you're on, I'd say probably 10 minutes.
Okay.
Just of casual walking.
Is this one of those elevators where it has the thing on top where you can see what floor it's on?
No, probably not with a freight elevator.
Pax, are you in a position where you can like move under your own power?
Hex?
Hex is responding to my message where I was like, "Hey, let me know if you see anything
Mhm.
weird."
Okay. Now, I believe you can make the spirit cast one spell or something.
Sorry, what are
One
trying
you
to-
know.
What are you trying to do?
Why don't we just close the door? You guys walk out and let him do his rounds, and just have Hex's fly spy.
Because we're going to be
Let 'em
getting into the
know.
same elevator that the guard is going to be getting into.
Why?
Jed is trying to say that we should let him walk around and then get out when he's sitting
Yep.
again.
Which would
Well,
be smart.
More that we should let him go up to the second floor, assuming that's where he's going, and leave the elevator before we try to get in it.
We can just hide out in here; it'll be fine.
Yeah.
So I was thinking sit tight, because if you make a lot of noise or you move or something weird happens, he's going to investigate. But if you
Is there a
don't,
stairwell?
no reason to investigate.
Probably, yeah. There's the whole don't take an elevator in case of fire thing.
Just turn on the radio or something. Have a snack. We got time.
Mhm.
Rock can copy the notes, look them over.
So what are Sue and Hex doing as they were in the first floor lobby or whatever looking at cameras?
Leaving.
Yep.
Okay.
Presumably, if I'm not needed.
Okay, I would like to maybe message Hex and say, can you somehow get on my comlink while I plug into those research notes while we're doing nothing and waiting for the guard to walk around?
Can humans tell if they're being followed by an astral thing?
It depends on how perceptive the human is.
Maybe.
Why?
Like, wouldn't that be the whole tech magic thing? Or is that only for spells?
It's for astral things.
Okay. So, like, he may not know exactly what's going on, but he may know, like, something weird is happening.
We also do have fly spies. As far as I'm aware, it was sitting on the office wall. Rot could have done something with that.
I was thinking what I was going to do was go to the van and sit, then project and follow the guard. Tell my spirit when the guard exits on the second floor and the elevator is free so they can take it.
I still vote for us just chilling until he finishes his rounds.
Well, that's what we're gonna still do. We just want to know where he is.
But you have your fly spy. And that's
But I wanted
potentially...
to.
Go ahead.
I mean, I wanted to go through the notes to make sure that everything is right. So I wanted to use Hex's help for that, and that means I couldn't follow him around in the Fly Spy. So that would make Sue's astrally projecting and walking around him actually useful.
Well,
But
you're
can't
you're
you just invite a mark from Hex?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know how that works, so I want to ask him.
Yeah,
the
you
part where you
just
get Hex's help is going to happen when the thing is in the car and Hex can just touch it.
Well, since we're waiting anyway,
Well, you're waiting somewhere where I'd have to get Hex up to the 4th floor somehow while a security guard patrols, or you wait until the guard goes back to sit, and then just
Well,
leave and we do it in the van.
You
the thing
can
is, as
just
long as his comm link is like got wireless enabled, I can see whatever he puts on his comm link.
You need
that's what I was thinking.
marks on his comm link for that.
Yeah, he's just got to invite a mark.
Yeah. I can invite all the marks. Like Hex can be on my comm link all the time. Like just don't touch the definitely not porn button, like the icon.
Oh man, I can only imagine visions of the secretary.
Just for your own safety.
all right. So it sounds like we have a plan already. Ra is going to invite a couple marks for Hex and let Hex plug through some information, maybe download a copy of it. As far as you can tell with your search that you're going to have time for before the security guard goes back to basically napping, it is exactly as it was presented. The patient is known to be in a vegetative state, no signs of brain activity. They are just keeping her alive to harvest and gestate this organ. As far as you can tell, they're very happy with the way this current experiment or this current test is going. It's looking very promising, but they still have another month or two worth of work on this one before they can confirm success. And by the time you're wrapping up with that, the guard will be heading back into the office.
Does it say what the actual piece of ware is supposed to be?
The actual what?
What the actual piece is going on?
What the piece of ware is supposed to be?
They have a couple different organs that they're working on. In general, they're saying that they are going to be able to produce near gamma ware quality at a much cheaper price and availability.
Huh. What does gamma-ware mean?
That's like the ultra super expensive stuff. The if I remember correctly, that should be like the most expensive stuff.
Well, gamma comes after delta, and I thought delta was the best.
So
Not-
gamma is the experimental, not theoretically not existing type.
Cutting edge stuff.
So
Are
I'm
we
like,
talking like augmentations that don't fuck with your essence type shit?
yeah.
No,
Maybe.
we're talking augmentations that like take so little essence it's pathetic.
I mean, the stuff that corporations don't even sell, they just research and have their top guys maybe sometimes have. Well, anyway, I'm virtually looking at Hex and like, whoa, that's
We've-
nice.
Hex. We gotta find out who this guy's been in contact with.
Yeah.
There's a lot of corporations that would like to
yeah,
kill to keep this buried.
I was thinking more that there were a lot of corporations that might like this guy.
I was thinking about this stuff. I mean, he's gonna pay us like what, 19,000?
We don't
For
want to
stuff?
ruin our relationship with the Fixer, but our agreement with the Fixer was to work with the Johnson, and our agreement with the Johnson was to return to him the research notes in the sleeve. He said he could finish the research on his own, and we don't have any obligation to return to him the other doctor who would have knowledge that a corporation or other research concern would find quite valuable, yeah?
Yeah, but this also might paint a target on our backs.
Plus, I was actually thinking about maybe asking the Fixer. I mean, when there's like that big of a, let's say like that expensive stuff involved, maybe we could just ask him. Is it not profitable to just sell it, or just
I believe the fixer would want to maintain his contract with Sir Johnson for the sake of his own reputation, for the same reasons that we would.
Well, we can always ask.
No, we
since
will
he's
not
like
be asking, Rot. We will be doing the job like professionals.
Are you aware of the fact that you're basically saying, "Hey, I'm going to ask the fixer if we can screw over his client"?
for a lot of money.
This is out of the question. But, still within the question, no one has contracted us in any way to do anything with respect to the other partner, who presumably would have the same knowledge. And therefore would be quite valuable.
That said, you guys now have the research data on your links.
Yeah.
Which means we have something they want.
Yeah.
So we need to figure out who this guy is trying to offload this data to.
So why don't we drop
not
off
not RJ.
Why don't we drop off the tank to the J and then go back and get Sleeping Beauty, and then we will talk to him.
Hex, this is a corpse in all but basic function.
We're not selling the body, we were hired to retrieve the body. This is a completely different arrangement. And we've done this sort of thing before, yeah?
Yes, but that was an actual dead body. That wasn't, someone who was still living and breathing, even
Hex,
artificially.
this is a vegetable. Machines are keeping it alive.
Allie looks a little uncomfortable.
You got something to add?
Let's just
You
get
doing
out
all right?
of here.
Yeah, since the guard was supposed to sit back down, we may start to get moving.
All right, let's bounce.
All right. Yeah, let's get back to the van. If this is something particularly heavy, I can help Jet put it in the back.
Okay.
Sure.
Jet's
And
super
then I would
strong,
like.
right?
I think Jet's strong
Reasonably, yes.
by like a lot.
He's got a really high body, but I think they're both at least strength 5. It shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah.
And it's got wheels.
Exactly.
And then I'd like to call the J.
Okay. Well, are you down in the van now? So there was really no opposition. You went down the elevator, pushed it out, get it in the van. And Hex, I need you to roll me a perception roll.
Oh. Okay.
Perception? Like a regular perception roll?
Yep, just general perception.
Just to be sure, like this is everything we were contracted to get, right? The research notes, the artificial sleeve, and that's like everything he asked for.
As far as you can tell, unless you specifically left something back upstairs.
No.
If you grabbed all of the documents, the terminal, the body, that's everything that you can tell he hired you for.
Okay.
Hex, you get a weird feeling off of this container. A feeling that is vaguely familiar to you. You remember it from when you spoke to that technomancer.
Shit. Oh, fuck.
So when we come back down with it, Allie is looking at Hex kind of like intently.
And again, Sue, unless you pop open the container or project into it,
No, I
you
was
didn't really see it.
I was like checking the parking lot and shit.
Gotcha. Nothing special.
Hex, you look like you saw a ghost. What's up?
So what do you do, Hex?
Well, I'm assuming has it gotten down there?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, there was no opposition. We just got down.
Yeah.
Okay.
No opposition.
So like, Hex is gonna like go to the Matrix. She's gonna go hot sim and she's gonna like look to see if she can see the persona online.
Rod,
Even faint.
you know how you're always
Yes.
looking under your van like some sort of paranoid person?
Yes.
Do you want to give this thing a once over?
Oh no, Hex is going to give this her undivided attention when it gets loaded in the van. She's going to go hot sim for this.
Hex, you're really quiet again.
Oh, I said Hex is going to go like hot sim and start like looking to see if once it gets loaded in the van and she can feel that same familiar feeling, she's gonna be looking for the persona and she's gonna go hot sim to see if she can find it.
You will.
Um,
Sorry, go ahead.
should I hold off on calling the J until Hex finishes this investigation?
Yeah.
Very well.
So you're
It's a few
gonna
minutes.
dip into hot sim, and you'll see a very, very faint trace out of this thing.
So Hex is going to send him a message. It'll be all right. We'll fix this.
And you are basically just going to get assaulted with sensory. Like, oh god, there's somebody else here! It's not anything quite as specific as statements or words, but you can tell that whoever's on the other side of this is just at wit's end. You're getting a feeling of desperation, depression, loneliness. Uh, and you're just going to repeatedly get this phrase, the only words you actually hear is kill me.
Oh, that's rough.
As Rod is looking around his van and stuff, I would like to ask what's going on. Like, where is everybody? Are we sitting like around the thing in the fan? Are we just outside? What's going on?
I'm sitting up in my giant chair.
So Hex is the only one that knows well and truly what's going on. Allie is going to have some kind of inkling that there's more going on to it. And then it
Like,
all
is
comes
anybody-
down to what Hex wants to share, divulge, etc.
Yeah. So like, is anybody looking in Hex's direction?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
Are you still a slump on the floor?
Yeah, but you're gonna see tears like welling up.
Jet is going to, go Hex what's going on via Matrix.
Hex is gonna ping back. She's alive.
Now, from what you saw in the research notes, they've been experimenting on her for probably well over a year now.
So, did you message that out to us? Like she's alive?
Yeah, she's gonna reply to like a real quick reply to Jet.
Guys, we have a little complication.
Yeah?
The girl in the box is alive and conscious.
Let's just get out of here and we'll deal with this someplace more
Yeah.
private.
So, yeah, as soon as like there are two conflicting feelings. As soon as Jet says that, Rod sort of jumps up and is like, "That's impossible. I've checked." And he like tries to do something, but then Ali says the stuff that we should get out, and he's like, "Well, I mean,
Just shut up and drive.
Right.
Like, there's a security guard right over there, and we just stole this. Let's just go someplace else, and we can. I don't know. And then she's gonna look
Sure.
to Jet because can I ride with you?
Yeah, not enough room. Just warning, I drive a little fast.
I swear I will puke all over you.
Looks like I gotta find a dry cleaner then. Alright, I'll be pretty much like a block away from you guys, keep in communication. Hopefully you will not hear Allie retching.
Sure. So I get in the van, black out, and we're getting out of there.
And Jet, admit, he takes it easy on the throttle.
What kind of bike does he have?
It is a rapier.
Well, Rod does not make it easy. I mean, as soon as we're outside of like visual range of the facility, I would like to go as quickly as I can towards the place we are going, which is actually, where are we going?
Actually, why don't we not go as quickly as we can so that Jet is able to go at an easy pace and yet still follow us?
My
mean,
bike
he'll
is
know where
probably
we
faster
are.
than your van, so me taking it easy on the throttle means something a little different.
No, it's not when I'm jumped in. I assume, at least.
You can make
I
your
don't know.
van go faster than it otherwise would?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Alright, just don't get too far ahead. I like the shirt that I'm wearing.
Okay, well, well, anyway, I would like to get as fast as I can to wherever we're going, and which is...
We really need a safe house.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We could go to the same warehouse that the Vori is next to.
Let's not do that.
No. We don't want to end up like Larry.
Let's just go a few blocks away.
So, an empty building again?
As long as it has an outlet, I think we'll be okay.
I was thinking like a parking garage or something.
Well, we had spoken about it previously that Rot was going to rig his van to be able to supply power.
Oh,
We
okay.
didn't actually do the rolls, but that is something he could definitely do.
So, like with hardware rolls, or it's just something I could do? Generally.
We just something you can do. You have to add an outlet based on DC. You can.
I
In
imagine
today's
it's
times,
pretty
you
easy.
can pick up
Like,
an inverter.
my car has an electrical outlet in it.
Yeah,
Don't you have like a cigarette lighter that you can plug this into?
pretty much. It would have been a very simple modification to be able to supply whatever power to this.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to waste the time on it.
Sure. So, I mean, we're not on a clock, but that's what I was asking. Like, are we just looking for an empty building? Or like an empty warehouse place?
Yeah.
Sure. Then I'm looking for something like that, getting inside and then just quickly getting out of the van and again trying to like medically examine, like, this is impossible. I see nothing here. It's like a personal I don't know how to say it in English right now. It's like someone stepped on my ability to assess stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
Ellie,
gotcha.
with that roll, you'll know a couple houses that might work out for you that are going to be quiet without a whole lot of prying eyes.
Halfway houses?
I'm assuming he's not actually referring to halfway houses.
We don't want to go to the full way houses.
No, like the... I don't know where I was going with this. But
For people who just got out of drug treatments and are trying to
Seriously,
get back
do you
on
mean
their
like a
feet.
bunch of recovering addicts are all living there, or do you mean like a safe house?
I mean, like, there's probably somebody who manages these, like, low rent for people transitioning from bad section of life to try and get into better section of life. Like Section 8 housing.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Which
So
I
it's
guess is a
basically like
better...
a shitty apartment complex where you're not allowed to have booze and stuff. All right.
Yeah, like... But, you know, dystopian future, the guy's probably corrupt as shit and gives no fucks if you pay him some monies to look the other way.
Yeah, and I'm guessing you're just looking for a place you can all go and have your conversations and decide what to do next.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm gonna go ahead and
Yeah.
rename that knowledge skill.
You will definitely know of a couple places that might not even be rented out.
Yep. I will go ahead and point them in that direction.
All right.
Well, I assume I won't be rolling for medicine again, since that's irrelevant. But as soon as we stop in the halfway house or whatever, Rat would like to go back up and start examining the thing again, looking at Ali, looking at Hex, and are you sure? I mean, there's nothing here.
All right, so you guys just gonna chill in the parking lot, or do you want to actually try to move into the building?
I would assume we'd try to move into the building, right?
Yeah, so somewhere where the van can be covered, where we can just gather around the van or the exit of the van and just not be seen.
All right, so you'll drive for a little while, and Allie will point you to a location where you pull around the back, and this place looks pretty much abandoned. And you find a good parking spot between two buildings with absolutely no lights on. For everything that you can tell, there's just not a soul in sight.
We should be in the. We should be in the clear here. I don't hear anything.
None of you guys see anything interesting.
Okay, so we stop, and I do the thing I told twice I would do.
Yep. So you'll get out and you'll do your examination, and as far as you can tell, it was exactly as it was sold to you. You don't see anything indicating brain function, anything indicating life beyond just whatever pumps keeping the fluids and air going through.
All right. Hex, is there some complications that would prevent us from delivering this as ordered?
Like, would I be able to, like, talk with this technomancer and then, like, package this talk as, like, a file and send it to somebody with a SIM module?
Could we all talk? Like you clear it with the
You may
body?
be able to watch the stream, but Hex is probably the only one that can actually communicate, that being
Okay.
both technomancers.
So, I
And that's
mean,
if Hex chooses to set it up like that.
if Jet asks that question out loud, I'm just sort of pretty confidently saying, no, you can't. She's not communicating brain functions. She's dead. And I'm looking at Hex really, how do you know about anything? She is dead.
All right,
You
so
are aware of the fact that you can make a display say anything, right?
Especially when a Decker's involved.
Is that what we're getting the whole brain dead thing from? There's like a machine that goes ping that isn't going ping.
Well, I also kind of medicine checked it, but perhaps, yeah.
Most of it was probably in the research notes that they had tested it, verified vegetative state, monitored for a little while. There was nothing better. Person was declared dead without any kind of extra help. So that's when she kicked into an organ donor status.
Is there any information on the person or the person that was? Whatever.
Yeah, there's definitely a name on there. I can give you a name if you're particularly interested.
Not unless it comes up. I'm just wondering if I don't know.
It was a 19-year-old girl hit by a car, declared dead. They took any existing cyberware, which was from the knee down on her right leg, and they're just using the meat.
Huh. I can't analyze truth on a report, can I?
Nope. You could analyze Truth Hex if you didn't trust what she was saying.
No, I trust Hex. I'm wondering if the report is false.
Well, from what Hex has told
That's
us.
that's me wondering. That's not Sue wondering because he doesn't.
Yeah,
Unless-
I would actually ask Hex, like, Hex, how are you getting this?
Unless Hex has explained that this is a technomancer, I don't really have any. But if Hex explains that it is a technomancer, then I'm wondering what are the fucking odds that somebody just lucks into the body of a technomancer that can be used to grow fucking magical bioware accidentally.
If I go into this stream, would I require to be full VR to go VR?
No.
Okay. Let's get this thing out of the van and into some cover.
Sure. Allie will go over and open the door on the house, which I'm sure is like
Got the chintziest, cheapest lock on it.
yeah, that, or is so sparsely furnished.
Yeah. Like it's got one stained couch and half of a rug, however that works.
To throw
That
rug.
general feeling. Yeah.
You know what I just realized? If I'm streaming this from full VR and I know they're full VR, this means this conversation may go by extremely fast for everyone else.
Maybe.
That's a plus.
Plus, like, how does that work with you being a technomancer? Can you completely conceal this stuff while you're streaming? And doesn't it like look weird? I just don't know.
Well, that depends on how knowledgeable you folks are on Matrix.
I'm sure she can just record it and then play it to us at some kind of normal speed.
Yeah.
Or,
Yeah,
I mean, Jet has a SimSense unit on his Link, so he can participate or, experience at real speed.
Does Rot have one? Because I know he has to have one for his
Have one what?
He probably does from his
sense module.
RCC.
Mm-hmm.
I probably don't.
But what are we talking about? Do I have what?
SimSense, which you do as a rigger. You have a control rig in an RCC. You have access. It comes with them.
Okay, so yes, I do.
So we're getting like
So
this living room. Allie will just kind of look at the nasty couch and shake her head at it and go kind of lean against the wall in the corner.
Yeah.
So
I'm also
basically,
going to sit away from the carpet or anything that could contain bedbugs.
it basically means that half of us are going to be like streaming this in full time, I guess, in real time.
Well, Rod would probably get my proletarian to help me with the hardware stuff and look at the stuff in AR while he's plugging up the container to whatever power outlet is there available.
Smart, Sue.
Sure. So you guys are bringing this into the house and you plug it in, and everything is completely uneventful. Rot, what are you hoping to do with this and your drone?
No, just like for the flavor stuff. It's a mechanical drone. It has like a mechanical arm. He should help me not have to do everything myself with the container, like plugging it up and sending it up.
Gotcha. All right, so yeah, that all works out just fine. You guys are just sitting here trying to work out how things are going to happen.
And we're watching the conversation, I guess.
Yeah, until Hex tries to communicate further, it's just that same thing.
Hex is going to be like, calm down, calm down. We're gonna see what we can do. Uh, you know, like could we get you help or something?
You're quiet.
Yeah, Hex is gonna be like, calm down. We're gonna try and see if we can't get you like medical help. And see what we can do. To help you out of this situation.
So the sensory onslaught will slowly ebb away, and the kill me is going to stop flashing in front of your eyes. And you're just going to hear this sad little scared girl on the other end of it. Like, how could you help me? I just end it.
Hex is like, I don't know, but there's got to be a way. Like, there's got to be a way we can help you. Like, there's something we can do.
I've been here for what feels like forever. I just end it, please. Just end it.
So Hex is gonna look back at everybody else. Send a message out to everybody else. She's alive. She's in there. She's connected to the Matrix.
How?
Um, Hex is like, well, that could have just as easily been me. So we have to do something to help her. I mean, if that was me in there, you'd want to help me.
Yeah, but I'm trying to figure out what the hell is going on. She doesn't have a deck. I think they would know if she had an implanted deck.
With a bit of frustration from the back of the room now, he's going to speak up. She's
like the frustration we feel now, and every time you cut out.
You cut out at frustration.
So yeah, no, with a bit of frustration, just and like, she's a technomancer. Just kind of like throw her hands up and rub her face and just crouch down in the corner.
No shit.
Hex kind of lets out a deep sigh. Yes, she is.
And are you talking to her through your deck?
In a manner of speaking.
Allie's gonna look at Hex.
Now, how reasonable is it from my knowledge of how electronics work? How reasonable is this? I just don't know. Like people talking to technomancers through their decks, is it like, does it work normally? I assume technomancer knowledge isn't like common knowledge, so I don't know.
Nobody really knows exactly how technomancers work, as far as functionally and mechanically.
Okay.
Not even the
Jet.
technomancers know.
Jet is going to send a VR, like, talk to Hex directly via VR. Listen, if you're not telling me something, and if you are also a technomancer, that's cool. You don't have to tell me one way or another. Just you can let me know. My priority, though, is figuring out what the hell is going on so we can help this kid. And I really don't want to have to put a bullet to her.
Hex is going to send a message to Jet. Well, you know the saying, it takes one to find one.
So that's how you screwed with my link and turned off safe search. My hair
Well,
almost
you
turned
deserve
white.
that.
Okay, now
Okay.
that makes Rod feel a little unsafe and like.
You're not getting any of this, though. This
No,
is
you're
direct
not.
communication between the
Oh,
two
right.
of us.
Okay. I didn't catch that.
Okay. Jet jacks out. Sue,
Yeah?
call the Johnson. We need to have a word with him right now.
Which word would we like to have with him?
The kind that you can't say on TV, on the Trid.
Why don't you tell me what's going on, and I will handle the conversation, Mr. Johnson.
Yeah, I would also like to know what's going on since I don't know what the hell is happening.
Allie
The
points
girl
at the,
is. Sorry, go ahead.
no. Allie kind of puts the tubes like she's a technomancer.
And
Okay.
she's still alive.
So this thing that we were told was not an alive body, which was merely a, sort of biological host for some cultivated bioware, is in fact a living human being with sentience, what? Sapience, a conscience, a conscious.
Yes, she's not nearly as brain dead as we were told, or the notes say.
Hmm.
Yeah, Hex is
And we
going
can
to.
confirm this.
Yeah, Hex is going to invite a mark on her cheap beat up comlink
Was
All right.
Sue? Sue
to
didn't
the
get the.
necromancer, the one in the iron lung.
Sue didn't go Simpsons, did he?
Yeah, I didn't get any of that. I was just fucking with Rot the whole time.
Okay.
Can I somehow check if, just like for maybe for myself, does the thing that she's brain dead, at least according to the machine, can I check that to be true? Is the machine working correctly, or if it's working correctly, will she able? Is she like actually alive, or is it just the technomancer part of her brain that's sort of doing something weird?
I had pointed out that there was no machine actually monitoring brain functions at the moment, that they had watched it when the accident initially happened, and they declared that there was no further brain function, declared her dead, and that's when her organ donor status kicked in.
So can I don't know a lot about medicine. Can I check for myself somehow?
How do you propose you do that when there's nothing connected to her head?
Well, I have like a med kit and it has some stuff in it. I don't know.
Do
Like,
med kits have EEGs?
Here's a awful but awesome idea. Hex has a taser, and if the wireless is enabled, you can get a bio reading from them for a bio monitor.
I have a biomonitor on my arm, but I guess that's mine.
I mean, you
So
could
you
also
just-
hook her up to that bio monitor.
Yeah, you can just take it off and
Sure. So I would like to.
Jet,
Can we open this lung thing without causing her harm?
I
It's
wouldn't.
you are certainly welcome to try.
pretty
Jet.
sure the only person that can do that safely here is Rot. I should say has a chance.
Bamce.
Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't exactly want to open it. Okay, sorry.
No, I just love that, Bamps cut out again. The only person who can do it safely is thanks, Bamps. Appreciate that.
It's probably Rot because he's the only person with actual medical skills.
So I would first like to hook up my biomonitor to the sleep thing. Is it possible?
Does it not need contact with the body?
I don't actually know how biomonitors work, so I don't know.
That's kind of up to you in this case because it is putting out some medical stuff.
Okay.
But that is up to you as to whether or not the medical stuff that it is hooked up to will carry that kind of information.
Sure. So yeah, we'll go ahead and let that happen. You connect to your biomonitor, and you'll get vitals. You know, you'll get blood pressure, you'll get heartbeat. And as far as it can tell, there is no active brain functions. That might not necessarily be 100% accurate. This thing isn't necessarily meant to monitor brain functions. It might not be able to sense something very sensitive or minute. But as far as it is telling you, there is nothing.
So, for all intents and purposes, with Rod's medical knowledge, she is actually brain dead.
Correct.
Okay. I'm gonna see how the situation develops. I mean, can I tell if she, let's say, we set her free or do something, will she ever go back to living? Like normally? Can I tell that?
Based on the research notes that you saw and what you're seeing with the biomonitor, you combine everything together, and you'll believe that if you disconnect her and remove these devices, she will probably die.
Well, then Rod sort of turns to Hex, and everyone's like, well, I mean, she is... I don't know how to say it, but I feel like I'm for giving her all the same. Giving her up, I mean.
Just as an out of character thing, there's residence bullshit involved, so it's real like part of their details about unhooking her and it killing her could be that maybe her living persona, the resonance thing that Hex is talking to, isn't quite synced up with the body. That potentially syncing them back up would allow her to live, but that's all in the realm of hypothetical, out of character, nobody really understands how the resonance works kind of thing.
Well, I'm just saying from what Rod knows as a quote unquote medical professional, or like whatever. So I mean, whatever you guys want to do, but I think she's basically dead anyway.
We need to talk to the J. See where he got the body from and how he would react if he found out that she was still alive and her brain was functioning somehow.
Feel free to RP that up.
All right. So, Jet, I recommend we call it J. We tell him that we are prepared to deliver and set a meet as though there's nothing out of the ordinary.
All right.
Okay.
As long as everyone's on board with that plan. Are you
Then
going to
we
wait till
will,
morning? Are you waking them up at 5 a.m.? When are you calling them?
I feel as though waking him up would be the thing to do.
He's just not gonna hire runners ever. It's like, I cannot get any sleep. Like,
if one cannot run with the big Hunde, they should stay on the porch.
I don't know what that means.
let's just.
But yeah, let's just put him on the defensive.
Okay. So you'll dial up the comm code he had given you previously, and he will answer the phone in a similar state of disarray. Hello?
Guten Morgen, guten Morgen, guten Morgen, Herr Johnson.
What? Who? Oh, yeah. Okay. Good morning.
Good morning indeed. I have some good news for you, mein Freund.
Oh God, did you get everything?
You could say that, yeah.
Oh, that's so
We
great.
would... Now, I understand that this is not something that you have done before, so I will let you know that it is customary at this point in the procedure for you to declare some place where we could meet you. This is where we would transfer to you the item you've requested, and you would make the payment to us. Do you have such a place in mind? It would be very helpful if this is secure.
Well, I don't really want to go back to my lab because
That would
that's
be
just a
advisable.
mess. I didn't think it would be done so quick. I don't have any other place really. Do you have any recommendations?
Something neutral, public, but not too public.
Not the honeypot.
Honeypot it is.
Yeah, I don't think that we're allowed back there no more.
All right, so yeah,
We
he'll.
can conclude our business in a cafe or something of the like. And if you have, do you have transport prepared?
I don't really have anything big enough, but if we can meet at the cafe and then would you mind just dropping it off for me real quick? I'll find a place by the time we meet up.
Does the cafe have a place where we can speak in private?
How private?
Like people not listening to us? Or listening in?
I'm sure there's a place in the corner. It depends
Fine.
on how loud you get.
Okay. At least
Now-
I have my noise, my white noise generator, so that could help us.
I mean, do we want to tell him in person, or do we want to? Why don't we mention that now?
We want to tell him in person.
Okay.
So we'll have a time, date, address. I'm guessing just for later on, a couple hours from now. Is that what you guys are kind of nudging towards?
That would suffice.
Now, Rod would ask everyone, so let me just get this clear. Are we considering actually killing her, or...
I am not.
No. Listen,
Is-
I don't want to kill her. I'd like to help her if possible.
how do you do that? Unless you're cutting edge medicinal whatever.
I don't know. Okay? All I know is that I just watched or felt somebody basically begging for release. Okay? Was Rot feeling that was he in some sense as well?
Yeah.
You felt that, man.
As far as I know, I mean, there's nothing we can do for her. And assuming that the doctor cannot as well, are we willing to give her up? Or are we feeling like
I beg your pardon.
mercy?
You are saying that this is someone with free will and presumably of sound mind, and they are asking to be released from existence?
How would you feel if you were trapped in your body and experimented on?
About like that?
Yeah.
I'm just asking if this is the case.
I don't know what I want to do right now, okay?
Sure.
But I want to know. I want to make sure that this guy knows what is going on.
Yes, that is beyond
And
question.
I don't think that I don't think that I can give her up, just like that, for her to suffer more. No, that's not going to happen.
So assuming it makes no difference to him, you are actually considering killing the girl.
No. No one is considering killing the girl. We are considering setting the girl free.
Well, in other words, killing the girl, since we know of no way to set her free, and that's all theoretical mumbo jumbo.
No, to kill someone is to deprive them of their life. She has no life. She has an eternity of torment and is begging to be released from it. The
Blah,
moral choice
blah,
here is
blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, why don't you go fuck your little secretary, okay? We're dealing with real people. Jet looks over at
Sure.
Hex. Do you have any idea? Would like you spoke with her first.
No, but I could find out what happened, and that may give us a better idea on how to potentially help her.
We've got some time. So, yeah, I'll keep watch.
So Hex is going to try and find out from her what happened, if she can.
All right, are you going to ask, or you just want me to try and give you some information? I'd rather
She's
RP
going
it.
to ask, like, well, what happened, like, what led up to this.
The last thing I remember was being loaded into an ambulance after a car accident. Somebody hit me.
So Hex is going to go, somebody hit you, so, like, that was the last time you remember being awake.
It's the last time I remember my body. It's the last time I remember anything. Everything's just been a blur. It's been blank.
So Hex is going to ask, like, so how far does your reach actually extend right now?
Just these machines.
Ooh, wouldn't she actually feel the biomonitor as I plugged it in?
She may have, yeah, since it was on wireless. I don't want to be like this anymore. Please just make it stop.
We want to see if we can find a way to help you. Hex goes, you're not going to get experimented on anymore. And she goes, and I happen to have a satellite uplink, so I could help you, project farther than said these machines.
But I'm not alive. I can't experience. I can't do. I just can't.
Well, you should be able to eventually. We're going to look into that avenue before we take a permanent solution. So we're going to see what we can do first.
She's just gonna start weeping.
Hex is going to, see what she can do to help comfort her. It's all right. Don't worry about it. We're going to see what we can do. We're going to try and get you back to normal.
And you'll just, at this point, it's not an audible thing anymore. You just get like a solemn acquiescence. Like, she's just kind of fine, whatever. And the trace of her resonance just kind of ebbs away again. Like, it's still there, but it's like she just went and hid in a corner. She just doesn't want to be there anymore.
Okay, so for the time being, Hex is going to see about trying to get her to invite a mark on her comm link. Trying to take an answer to put a mark on her comm link.
For right now, she's just not going to take it. She's retreated away.
Speaking of retreating away, we should probably take our second break.